everyone, welcome back to Auto Vibes Reviews. Today we've got something truly special. The all-new 2026 Ford Falcon. The iconic nameplate returns with bold styling, cutting-edge tech, and raw performance that demands attention. Stick with me all the way to the end. I promise this one's a ride worth seeing. Right off the bat, you know Ford is making a statement. Walking up to the 2026 Falcon, your eyes are drawn to the aggressive fascia. The front end is dominated by a wide, dark mesh grille that feels purposeful rather than decorative, framed on either side by slim, sharply angled LED headlights. There's a lower splitter almost begging for air, and sculpted vents in the bumper that hint at performance. The hood itself has deep creases and subtle power bulges that suggest there's serious muscle hiding underneath. The lighting signature is modern, narrow LED strips for daytime running lights, with striking full LED headlamps tucked in. The overall stance is low and wide, projecting confidence before you even fire it up. Turning around, the back is equally dramatic. The rear has a wide posture, with LED taillights stretching nearly the full width of the car, joined by a thin illuminated bar and some trims. The lower diffuser is aggressive, flanked by twin or quad exhaust outlets depending on the model. The GT or XR trims get quad tips that speak of performance. There's a subtle lip spoiler on the trunk lid, blending into the design rather than sticking out awkwardly. The bumper surfaces are contoured to manage airflow and downforce, making the rear look solid and planted. Step inside, and the Falcon doesn't disappoint. The interior feels like the meeting point of luxury and driver focus. You're greeted by a dual-screen setup, a digital instrument cluster behind the wheel, and a large central touchscreen in the range of 14 to 15 inches, angled toward the driver. The graphics are sharp, the animations modern, and the menus intuitive. Below it, you'll find haptic or capacitive controls for climate and media, eliminating clutter. Materials are high quality, soft leathers, brushed aluminum or carbon fiber accents, and contrast stitching that accentuates the sporty vibe. The seats are deeply bolstered. You feel hugged whether in daily driving or spirited cornering. The rear seats offer decent legroom, aided by a cleverly contoured front seat back. Ambient lighting threads through the dash and door panels, adjustable in color to suit mood or drive mode. Now, let's talk about what's under the hood, because the Falcon's return is all about performance. Multiple engine options are expected. The top models, GT or XR, reportedly use a 5.0L V8, possibly twin turbocharged, pushing well over 600 horsepower. Some sources suggest figures north of 700 HP in the highest spec. There's also speculation of more modest powertrains, perhaps a turbocharged V6, or even hybrid-assisted setups for greater efficiency in daily driving. The transmissions will likely include an 8 or 10-speed automatic and possibly a performance-oriented manual in select markets. Rear-wheel drive is standard, with an optional all-wheel drive in some trims to broaden appeal. On the road, this car aims to deliver both thunder and precision. Sport mode, throttle response is sharp, and torque is delivered instantly. Steering feedback feels direct, and the suspension, likely an adaptive setup with multiple damping modes, balances ride comfort and cornering grip. Under braking, large disc setups up front and rear, possibly carbon ceramic in top trims, provide strong and fade-free stopping power. The exhaust note in the V8 variants is expected to be deep, throaty, and evocative of classic muscle, but polished for modern ears. Test drives so far suggest 0 to 60 mph is in the low 3-second range for the top version, making the Falcon a serious performer. Fuel economy in everyday driving will of course lean on the heavier, more powerful trims, but the lower outputs or hybrid versions may offer more balanced efficiency. Now, what about price? And perhaps more importantly, value. As with any revival of an iconic name, Ford positions this as a premium, aspirational product. Depending on configuration and market, base variants might land in the upper mid-luxury price zone, with fully loaded GT or XR models climbing into performance exotic territory. Some early estimates suggest pricing that competes with premium sports sedans or muscle specials. However, given its unique blend of heritage, performance, and tech, many will view it as worth the premium. Be sure to check local pricing and trim availability in your region. Before we wrap up, let me tell you why this Falcon matters. It isn't just a comeback, it's a reinvention. Ford has straddled the line between honoring the muscle car legacy and pushing into future tech. For fans of raw power, the V8 variants deliver. For drivers who want daily usability, the mid-tier or hybrid options might be ideal. The design draws eyes, the cabin feels modern and premium, and the performance is a statement. Ford wants to be heard again in the performance car conversation. Thank you so much for watching this full deep dive into the 2026 Ford Falcon on AutoVibes Reviews. If you liked this review, smash that like button, drop a comment. What trim would you pick? And of course, subscribe if you haven't already, because there's more coming. Stay safe, drive hard, and I'll see you in the next video.